Waking up the masses.
When you wake up in the morning,
It's your baby mama's favorite astrologer.
like, can I get 5 more minutes?
Scrape that crust off that third eye and tap in with Hood in the morning.
Every morning.
From Atlantis to Egypt, you and I tapped in with the realest nigga on the internet, the Hood Mystic. The Hood Mystic.
Steady, are you ready? What's going on? Cold, fresh air. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know all the words. All I know is, however do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? You need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? Oh, however do you want me? However do you need me? Look at this nigga here. Infinite Serpent.
That's really good.
You hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Infinite Serpent.
It's really good.
Infinite
It's
Serpent.
really good.
It's breathing in that good prana. This nigga looked mad comfy on the check-in, dog. Yeah, what? Nah, son, you can't be that comfortable, son.
Yes, son. Yes, son.
You can't be that
Yes.
comfy, fam.
When you live by nature's rules, family.
Wait a
All
second.
that extra shit. All that extra shit. Like I live by nature's rules.
Extra
Like, I don't live by
comfy, I
mine.
imagine. It looks comfy, fam.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks comfy as hell.
Man,
So,
Spirit did this, so you know what's good.
bro, I was at the gym today.
Okay.
I was at the gym.
Oh, before we go any further.
No. I know what you're about to say.
Congratulations.
Fuck all that.
Congratulations.
Fuck all that. I don't
Congratulations.
wanna hear
Chakra Nova. It
What?
is in the building.
Who?
Congratulations.
I don't know what this
Chakra
nigga talking
Nova
about.
is in the building.
Hey,
Give this man his flowers, please. Congratulations.
I'm just a truck driver, a
Chakra
former truck
Nova.
driver from Columbus,
Chakra
Ohio.
Nova is in the building.
I'm
Congratulations,
just
my
a
guy.
former truck driver
Congratulations,
from
my
Columbus,
guy.
Ohio. I don't know what you said.
Congratulations, my guy.
Hey.
That's even more of a reason why congratulations are in order, my guy. If you're just a truck driver and you came up with all of that, like, real talk.
Just a truck
like,
driver, man.
Congratulations, my guy.
No, man.
Congratulations, my guy.
It's in the results.
Congratulations.
It's in the results, and ain't nothing really. It's more in the application of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the scariest part of it. Like, it means nothing, bro, to buy that book and purchase that book. It means absolutely nothing, bro. However, if you read that book and you start flexing your perineal muscle and start activating your root chakra, and then you start balancing your emotions in union with that flexing of that perineal muscle as it brings about all of these emotions, you balance that energy, and then you start to say, okay, I am the shit because I'm creating my own energy and I'm balancing my own emotions. And then you realize
All
that
right,
it's
just stop it. Just stop it, because
Wait
you're
a
not gonna
second.
give him the whole.
No.
You're not gonna do that.
No, I got it. I got to, because you started it. You the one that get started it.
Okay.
So now
You can't give them the whole book. They gotta go get the book. They gotta go get the
one
book.
more point. So
There's a good reason to go get the
okay,
book.
I'll stop there. Fuck it.
There's a good
I'll
reason
stop
to
there.
go
Fuck
get
it.
the
I'll
book.
stop.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Just finish. I just want to say there's more than enough reason to go and get the book. I just want to congratulate my guy. I'm just happy for my guy right now.
Man.
So anything else is all extra. He want me to get on the live. We can do some extra shit. Let's do it. But congratulations to my guy. Congratulations to my guy.
No, man. Thank you for your support, man, as we kind of rode this shit together, you know what I mean? So just generally, hopefully, you know, you get your copy very soon. and everybody just get their copies. Everybody's copy in the mail, and this is just the beginning. It don't mean really shit. It's celebratory.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wedding. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
y'all gonna have to do the work and not do your baby mama all the fucking time. Do your baby daddy all the time. Do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all will do strangers off Tinder with no questions asked. Easy
No
peasy.
questions asked.
And I start saying,
Easy peasy.
start flexing your perineum, start balancing your emotions. Now it gets a little too complicated. However,
a little complicated, too complicated.
however, I'm presenting a more powerful, more serious solution in reference to what's going on, and now, kind of segueing into the topic, I just was at the gym, and at the gym I seen, like, on CNN, they had the cryptocurrency ticker. They had Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple. They even had Ripple on there. Remember, Ripple was banned by the SEC not too long ago. And then under that, they had Dogecoin, right? And
so they got a whole leaderboard in there.
They had a whole leaderboard on the goddamn news. And I took a picture of it because I was like, this is amazing, right? And then following that, I seen an article on crypto.com about that most United States national banks will now allow their participants or their patrons to hold cryptocurrency within the bank. And I said, well, goddamn. I said, okay, all the money. I don't got a lot of money, but for real, all the money that I had, I just said, fuck this, Bitcoin it is. Because you don't got to tell me twice. You don't got to tell me 3 times. So where we're at in Bitcoin today from where we'll be at tomorrow is going to be a drastic difference. And I know y'all, people who know me, know that I really pay attention to this shit, just on some personal shit. And I couldn't never be like, all right, this is financial advice, right? You know what I'm saying? Can you say the same thing?
No, I think the way that you brought it up to me, I think you wanted to simplify it a little bit more, right?
Yeah, I just want to.
I could be wrong,
because
but I
everybody
think that's the
asked
feeling I
me
got
about
from you.
it, right? But now it's going mainstream, and generally, it's not to say that you're too late, but like today is the day. Today is one of the most amazing days in reference of the history of mankind. This day will go down in history, May 5th, 2021, in real life. But generally, what the fuck are you paying attention to right now? I would ask a person, like, what are y'all paying attention to out here in these streets? Like, and it ain't Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is at 50 cent a coin, okay? Bitcoin is at 60,000, give or take, a coin. 50 cent, 50,000.
So and like, just to do a short comparison, so how many Bitcoin would that represent for Dogecoin? Like, one Bitcoin would represent how many Dogecoin about?
You would need 100,000 Dogecoins, give or take, to get one Bitcoin.
Okay.
Give or take. Okay. And it's falling, so you might need 150,000 Dogecoins by the end of the day. But it might go up and down, but it's inconsequential. It's a little dog, even though its symbol is a big dog in reference to Bitcoin. But, today is 2021, and all of this has been progressing ever so fast since 2012, believe it or not. You could have bought a Bitcoin for $12 a coin. And generally, me and Serpent, we Johnny come latelys. We was talking about Bitcoin when it was at 12,000 a coin. Me and Serpent, we could be millionaires right now. So this is not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? At all. We just referencing a reality.
This is more like financial awareness.
Financial awareness, financial literacy, financial education.
Just regular awareness. Yeah. Or rather, just regular awareness that has financial and operational insights involved. Bitcoin. the first purchase of Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, was done by a person who wanted to just venture into it, and they decided to purchase pizza for an individual for a share of Bitcoin, and the person they purchased the pizza for was in another country. So, like, I believe they were in Europe, and the other person was in the United States, and he brought the pizza for them from Europe, and the person sent them the Bitcoin. At that point, Bitcoin was about $2 or $3 a share. Right now, Bitcoin is close to what, 60 grand right
It's
now.
crossing that 60 grand threshold.
So if we wanted to put it on a grander scale, let's just say since the inception of Bitcoin in 2002, 2003, cryptocurrency as a whole, which is everything that comes from Bitcoin and under Bitcoin and behind Bitcoin, as far as cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency from 2003 to right now has generated over $1 trillion. That's just to give you the scale of what it is that we're just talking about. Just a small scope. It has generated $1 trillion in profit just off of the idea in 2003.
So let's digress a little bit, because when you have Bitcoin, you also have the blockchain, and then you also have stimulus payments, and then you also have direct deposit. Generally, all of the same thing, right? So ADP, right? American Direct Processing or something to that effect, right? They send out multiple payments every Friday from the same server in reference to bank accounts. However, they're an actual database, meaning that they're not going to just say, you know what, this person don't work for Dillard's no more, fuck their data, right? Oh, this person don't work for the concrete company now, fuck their data, right? They generally hold on to that data as long, if you ever got a paycheck or a direct deposit in some form or fashion, the machines don't just say, oh, it's so much data going on, I'm gonna forget about Susie Q. Nope, you locked in. You know what I'm saying? So more or less, when you reference the blockchain, it is a database of everyone's data. So let's digress a little bit, bro. Do you remember sometime in 2019 when the quantum computing went into effect?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and yo, break that down to me, what you think that would mean, or what that would.
Well, all right. So, the quantum computing aspect came into effect because they were already playing with the quantum computing theory for about maybe 2 decades. Like, that's what CERN is. That's what a few of these other institutions that they have on international soil. That's what they actually are. They are think tank. They are think tanks that they paid for to come up with the solution or the idea to the cracking of the atom and the incorporation of the atom. Like, all of these things that they wanted to find out on their own, because they didn't want to take the information from the eastern part of the world, and also because they wanted to circumvent the idea that it was their idea and they, discovered it. But anyway, the quantum idea and the quantum computing thing was to be able to foresee every possibility that could possibly happen.
Talk about it.
Before it happened.
Talk about it.
Before it happened, in order for you to be able to dictate which would be the more beneficial area in order for you to go into.
And now niggas is confused.
Theory,
hold on. Niggas is confused.
Yeah, go ahead.
Niggas is confused, but niggas understand what you say. If you like, y'all remember the movie Minority Report, right? Then they'll get you. But go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you good. So what it is that these computers are already AI, and these computers have been AI since, like, I don't know, like 2001, 2002.
When they started direct deposit.
Yes, when they started direct deposit. So when you give the AI computer, you give it an extra component that allows it to expand itself, which is a roundabout approximation on a plethora of ideas. So now it gets to foresee those things before it even ventures into those things, and they can determine just by depicting on the level of accountability and how likely it is for you to succeed in a predictable area. Those are the areas that they keep, and the ones that they clearly aren't going to be able to make, or it's just too much to do, they will throw away. So the quantum computing thing was implemented and introduced to the world to give everybody this idea of these different realms and these different things that they get to play in. When in reality, this is just part of like a slither of your own personal science, your real science, because these same quantum ideas and these same quantum terminations, they come from your consciousness and the ability of your consciousness to create on top of itself. So these ideas and these implementations come from the human mind. They come from the human brain. They come from your consciousness.
They would have to.
They come from you.
They would have to.
They come from you. So what they've done is they've just figured out how to get rid of the ones that are less likely for them to succeed in, and they just focused on the ones that they're going to succeed in and just hone in on those
and
things.
Create
That's
those paradigms and create those worlds based upon 3D printing, right? You ever heard of that? Which a computer then decides, okay, this is the actual model of the building for which we can be most successful in. So generally, when I used to walk into McDonald's, it looked like a diner. Now I walk into McDonald's, it looks like I'm about to make Salat in goddamn Islam Mecca, right? What's up with this black cube, McDonald's? Well, obviously, the artificial intelligence, which is associated with this billion-dollar company. So as you make it up, so, man, this whole shit is ran by artificial intelligence, but this is a progression of quantum computing. But what is quantum computing? Where you might have one line of code, now you have a line of code that will create a cube of information based upon possible outcomes. Artificial intelligence.
The likelihood and the less likelihood.
If I show this advertisement to this person, they might buy it based upon their previous spending habits. Because if you like, this is an interesting conundrum that we find ourselves in. But also, if you think that this is advanced, then you're not. You're so much greater than what we're even referencing, right? So these artificial intelligence have mapped out your data, not what you buy online. Forget that. When you buy shit at Starbucks, when you buy shit at Macy's, when you buy shit at Target, that it been capturing your information. It been calculating your spending habits by a such thing called credit. In a credit report, right? So it knows how much money you make. It knows how you spend it. Like, generally, it has a psychological spending profile on you. So when you reference cryptocurrency in combination with all of these things, it would be like walking into an endless buffet of money and money-making opportunities, but you are too psychologically programmed into some bullshit to even walk in. Like, it's a whole, like, it's a casino, right? You know what I'm saying? You know how it can be a restaurant here, a boutique here, a blackjack table here, a roulette table there. It's people at the casino not making no money, not shooting no craps. They shopping at fucking Liz Taylor or whatever store is there, right? What you do at the casino?
They there just to spend money. They there just to spend
what
money.
You do at the casino? I ate some goddamn rib tips and I shopped. That ain't what you do at a casino, but it was there, so they programmed me. You ever went to a Patriot game? It's a such thing as Patriot Place. I've fucking been to Patriot Place, never been to a fucking Patriot game in my fucking life, right? I'm not programmed to watch the game, but I am programmed to eat some goddamn rib tips and get me a nice drink here and there. And so what I'm saying is, no matter where you go, there is these particular places that don't have nothing to do with the place that you're going. We went to goddamn Disneyland. It's goddamn Bed Bath and Beyond's right at the corner, right? Why the fuck you at Bed Bath and Beyond?
Why do I need to go to Lowe's right
why
now?
Why do I need to go to Home Depot at this particular point? I'm on vacation. I'm not fixing shit, right?
Right.
But this is how motherfuckers is though, right? You know, so and I say,
and psychologically, it's the placement, right? You understand, or rather, they understand that it's the placement of that thing within your subconscious.
It's the color,
then
it's the shape.
Yes, that puts the motivation within you to go and get that thing, you know. But that's just like the old story. Like we always like to talk about the subjugation of the TV in the home, right? And we always like to talk about the programming and the spell that people are under from just the TV sitting in their home. So, like, you know, when you watch that rinky-dink commercial, that 1-800 commercial for that thing that you know you don't need and you ain't gonna never buy, but you don't realize that after you see that thing 5 or 6 times, you willing to buy that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, psychologically, they know that, but you don't know that. So you watch the commercial unknowingly 5 or 6 times. By the 6th or 7th time, you ready to buy that thing that is totally senseless to your life, and you don't even need it. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's the placement. It's the psychological repetition of it, and it's the placement. And they know, if I put this here while you're buying that, you eventually gonna buy this. You eventually gonna buy this.
Like, why do they keep putting weight loss teas on my Facebook feed? What you laughing at? Why you laughing at that? You was call that shit.
That's Cambridge Analytica. That's Cambridge Analytica. My bad. So what? You got weight loss jaws. I got porn jaws on mine. I was like, since when they start doing porn on Facebook, I was like, hold on, let me click on this just in case. You know, this might not be child friendly. Let me. So I guess I could say, would you rather have weight loss Jones on your feed, or you want porn straight on your Facebook feed? Like, nigga, you watch too much porn. Nigga, like, damn, I know I watch too much porn. I can't even deny it now. I'm like hitting all the X's and shit. Like, I can't even deny it.
Before I get back on track, some niggas got both, so I digress. Oh shit! All right. Yo, but no, but for real. So, all right, what is this whole psychological shit for? Why do you focus so much on bullshit, right? Because they giving away free money, right? That's why, right? It's literally called cryptocurrency, right? Cryptocurrency would reference like dead currency or something to that effect, but that's the same thing as saying, what if they called it Jesus currency, right?
Like, what is a crypt killer?
Right.
What is a crypt keeper?
Exactly.
Right? Crypt keeper, crypto, like,
or
yeah, it's in the same family.
So more or less, you're talking about a chest, or you know, a treasure chest, like treasure currency
for a pirate.
Exactly.
Right?
Like a crypt.
Okay.
A crypt has shit in it. Right? And this is the currency. So within this, it's a whole bunch of fucking, like, niggas could have got rich off Dogecoin. You could have put 10,000 in Dogecoin when it was at 5 cents. Rode that shit to 60 cents, you would have had close to 6 figures. Right? But it's the funny part when you into like I get crypto.com alerts and I'm in the shit, and I'm not no expert. Yeah. It's not financial advice. But when I'm in my studies, I see a fucking Dogecoin happen every day. Like 250 time multipliers from small percentages points of dollars that will go from, let's say, 0.2 cents to fucking a whole, 9/10 of a decimal up to, whereas now, like, say if it's 0.002 and that shit goes to 0.01, You know about this, but I'm just saying it to the people. That's 100 times difference. And if you had
Yes.
$1,000 in that shit, and that shit,
Because that's 3 spaces. That's 3 spaces. So you're counting the zeros. What he's referring to is you're counting the zeros on the spaces of the increase. So if it's 0.02 and then it goes to 0.60, then you reap the benefits of that increase, right? So the best way to say it is really simple, right? Like, you take a little bit of money and you buy as many shares as you can get with that little bit of money. Why? Because that company has nowhere to go but up. So if that company is already on 0.19 or 0.20, it's not going to go down to
is this y'all
0.000.
two going to the
Okay?
park?
So you buy as
Or is
many
your mom
shares
coming?
as you can get, and you just wait for the increase.
No,
What
you
else
can
are you
stay here.
doing with the money if you're just buying some loud? Like, what else are you really doing with the money? You can spend $20 and watch an increase of 5 figures, like, literally, like. But it's really just what your disposition is as far as this money thing is concerned. You think you're gonna hide your ID from people or any of that stuff? Like, you don't want to put your information in your phone? Like, that stuff is real frivolous and real faulty. So you don't really have any evidence base for that. So there's no reason for anyone not to be in crypto right now. And guess what? When they go paperless and when they go cardless, then what is your grandmother gonna do? What is your grandfather gonna do? Like, who's gonna look out for them? You know?
No,
Think about it
you
that way.
you
If you
more
think
or
that
less
there's
in
a
the
reason not to
realms.
get into it.
We in the realms of hyper, super duper inflation, and you generally need an action plan outside of receiving cash payments at a set amount on a weekly basis. Wait a second. Receiving cash amounts of money is only good for rent and food, right? What am I talking about? So if you work at a certain place, you take that money that you receive, and unless you got Section 8 or unless you inherited the house from your parents, for the most of us, we take the money that we work for and we pay our living expenses. Now, you need to start working on contracts and dispositions with your employer where you start getting a percentage or all of it given to you in Bitcoin.
Did I send you that article? There was a football player from Los Angeles Chargers.
1,000%.
He just decided he wanted his whole salary in Bitcoin. He's not accepting cash payments no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not accepting cash payments no more. He said he wants the rest of his salary for the rest of his life in Bitcoin. And he's only like 23, 24 years old, bro. Like, he's not like an old head. Like, he came right in and was like, yeah, I want mine in Bitcoin. So
you look, okay, so look at the dollar or the DXY index. I run a trend line on it where I just do a basic fucking yearly trend. And the thing about a trend line is it is a consistent downward motion within the highs and lows, right? Because the chart is going to go up and down. But to the degree that it goes one way or another, you can catch an aspect of it on a trend, right? So the dollar, if y'all ever get online, if y'all interested in this content, please comment at some point. Be like, yeah, we like y'all just talking about this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something new we just trying out. But anyways, so I'm keeping, because like I would easier show y'all a trend line more than I can just tell y'all. But I ain't about to waste my time and show no shit if y'all ain't interested. So if you made it this far in the video, take some time out to stop what you're doing and comment. Yeah, we would like more content like this, and we'll pull out all the bells and whistles and do our monkey dance. What is it? What did you?
Yeah, it is available. It is available. Like this is stuff that we personally do. Like this is not,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
this is
something
our
that we trying to
version of
sell to
cooning.
y'all. Like,
This is our version of
yeah,
cooning. Like this is how we tap
yeah.
into like, oh, these niggas done sold out. They stepping out the spiritual and psychological, and now they just sold their souls to the devil. This is how we literally like, damn, these niggas is butt naked raw. Like, why
Yeah,
is y'all doing this?
yeah,
Y'all not spiritual no more. Like, this is about as low as we
yeah.
can get though. But
As low as we
this
can
is the
get.
lowest
This is as
frequency.
far as we can go with y'all.
Yeah.
After this one, we can't walk with y'all
Y'all
no
start
further.
talking
Like, it's
about
like, all right,
Beyonce.
my son.
I can't
All
do
right,
it.
my son.
Can't do
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Like,
Beyonce.
all right, my son. All right, my daughter. Like, after this, that's, you know what I'm saying?
No, but all right. So the dollar is on a consistent downward trend down. It just went on a miniature high, and then as soon as it approached the trend line that I created, it started to go down again. So I'm more in the mindset that the dollar will continuously go down, right? So if you getting paid in US dollars, the amount of money that you getting is one aspect of the value, but the overall value of what you're getting has a value too. Does that make sense, bro?
Mm-hmm. 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 Absolute sense.
So
Absolute sense.
if there is another currency that is going upward in value, right? Your bank will, so all right, if they do pay you in cash, tell your bank to convert your US dollars into Bitcoin.
Simple. Simple.
Because the shit is going hyperbolic based upon the slow roll of US banks and corporations adhering to this frequency and understanding that Bitcoin is going to be the new currency. That's what this whole shit was for.
Bitcoin is already the new gold.
Bitcoin is already
so
the new gold. It's
been the new gold. So why wouldn't it then become the new currency? So we hear people say things and don't give you exact insight on it. So you hear people say things like, if you got Bitcoin, then you got your own bank in your pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does that mean? You got your own bank in your pocket. Well, 60,000 shares, $60,000 equals one share of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
That means every other currency that lives under it, you can purchase with that currency you already have, which is Bitcoin, which is the highest currency.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the highest currency, you can play around in every other currency that exists. I don't know any other simpler way to say it.
No,
Right?
listen.
You can play around in
I'll
Europe's
tell you.
currency,
I'll tell
and
you.
Canada's currency, and China's currency. You can play around anybody's currency if you have Bitcoin. You can't do that with the American dollar. You just can't.
And I'll tell you what else you can do with it. Doge went from something to something, bro. Right? It went from something crazy today. And then it topped out at like 68 or something crazy like that. And then it went down. So with Bitcoin, you could, in a matter of seconds, so just say I made $500. I don't know how much I made, but let's just say I made $500. How could I keep that in Doge, right? So Doge is going down, right? But I've made the money. How can I, within a matter of seconds, see that it's going down and keep my money? Well, if you had a crypto.com account, I'm not promoting crypto.com at all. All I'm saying is, within a matter of seconds,
it's just a tool. It's just a tool for what he's talking about.
It's just a tool. I'm not a proponent of none of this shit. I'm just saying the actual shit that anybody can sign up for. But overall, I took my earnings and converted it into Bitcoin within a matter of seconds, which caught now. As Bitcoin goes hyperbolic, I can then take the money that I made from Doge into it. Now, if you doing some old school shit, you just had to stick with that motherfucking shit as it go down. Like, you committed to Dogecoin, and you could, like, that could be wise or unwise, because it could just retest and then go back up higher. But at the same time, it's just more of I'm monitoring the charts, and if it does go higher, guess what I can do? I can take my Bitcoin and switch it back to Doge in seconds. So,
And not only that, in seconds, he doesn't have to
oh,
just use
my
Bitcoin
fault.
and Doge.
Right, exactly.
You know, he could use any other crypto coin that he chooses to use. He could use XRP. No, XRP has been suspended, but he could use XLM.
Kinda.
He could use Dash. He could use Dash. He could use DAI. He could use
Ethereum.
Ethereum. He could use anything he wanted to convert it, and then choose to convert it back when it started to go up in profit. And that's what this thing is.
So why? So what
So.
are we talking about? We're talking about altcoins that are in the hyperbolic phase, meaning that they go extremely up, meaning that 10 times or better up based upon when you buy into them. So the reason why you wouldn't care or don't want to tap into it because you care about getting your hair done, you care about, going to the club, you care about the latest hottie patati, you care about all of this shit that's going on, which is a psychological warfare to get as many people as they can tapped in and tuned in to a particular frequency that will block them from the conversation that me and Racine are having. Now, all of the time, you name me a person that you would meet that would say that they don't want to increase their money 250 times.
Yeah, not in the way that you just said it. You would probably not get anybody in their right mind that wouldn't want to increase their kind of money. But I think without explaining it to them the way that we continue to try and explain it to them, and so many other people try to explain this thing, people want what they want, and they want it when they want it. So a lot of these people are still hung up on the concept of holding physical dollars, right? So the idea of holding physical dollars and the illusion of having so many of them that you don't know what to do with them is more important than actually doing something with the money. You dig what I'm saying?
100%. So I guess we would have to have a conversation of like.
Oh, because I say this. Oh, not. There's the one other thing. Because think about how long you pay car insurance and don't get into a car accident.
Hold on.
Right?
Okay.
How long you pay car insurance and didn't get into a car, didn't even call your insurance company because you needed AAA. Think about how many months and how many years you pay for that thing and never use that thing. So what we're suggesting is taking one of those monthly payments, or two of those monthly payments, and investing it in yourself and watching the money trickle as opposed to, I need to make this bill on time for an accident that I'm never going to have it. I'm never going to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like that.
And let me be clear. Don't rely on my eyes on the chart. Don't rely on Serpent's eyes on the chart. Rely on your own personal eyes on the chart. Yeah. Because we talking about investing in, dare I say, penny stocks. And generally, it could be good or bad, depending on the particular outcome of the result, because there is risk involved. So if I'm telling you, me and Serpent is tightroping over the fucking Grand Canyon, and we talking about it's an exhilarating experience, I'm not going to tell you to do that shit. So this is not financial advice, okay?
No, it's not.
I've lost money in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've paid costs in this shit. So if I would say, fucking with this cryptocurrency made me rich, that's a false message. But what I am saying is that I have grown money. I've seen money grow. We have invested small amounts of money. I've invested in dollar cost average. I've stopped risking as much and started more focusing on growth and slow gains. And I'm more like, okay, a year from now, I'll talk about my gains. I don't want to be short-sighted with none of this. And I would hope that you wouldn't be short-sighted in reference to your investment. So in reference to us giving you the game or the sauce, like, you got to really study this shit, because I'm going to ask you, Serpent, what is money, right? What is it?
Money money is an energy, right? And it really only amounts to the amount of value that you put in it, rather based on intrinsic or extrinsic. And
Hold on, bro. Hold on,
majority
bro. Repeat that, cause hold on. Say that again, cause what is money? This is a big ass question, and I'm gonna fucking
of,
go one sentence at a time. Hold on, I'm gonna get to these kids
okay,
too, so I'm a
okay,
multitask. But one
okay,
sentence at a time. What the fuck is money? Like
okay.
I'm
Money,
these one of these crazy ass kids I'm about to talk to right now. What would you tell them money is?
money is a tool of energy that is used to purchase other goods and tools. Like it's an energy, and it really only amounts to the energy that you give it, right? So the value that you put in the dollar is the value that the dollar has, not the value that it actually represents. It's just the value that
Give
you
me a
put
real
in it.
world example of that. That's a dope.
So real world
Let me
example
tie your
is
shoe,
like
bro. Come here. I'm listening.
ten ten dollars $10 to your man around the way might be a bag of weed, right? Where ten
Dope.
dollars to $10 to a family that doesn't have it might be a meal for 2 nights in a row. You know what I'm saying? So it really puts the onus on the individual of what you're doing with the value that you place in that thing. $10 could only be a bag of weed for somebody. $10 could be a meal for 2 or 3 nights for somebody else.
Okay. Now go.
That's what
Keep
I
going.
mean by the energy that you put behind it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
keep
saying?
going. That's beautiful. Keep going. I like the way you flowing. I'm just like, all right. So you know how sometimes nigga be like, you be on a boat and you gotta go on one side to get the shit going, and then you like, all
hmm
right, we going.
hmm
Then I gotta go to the other side.
hmm
So you nigga,
hmm
you the
hmm
boat. So I'm just kind of steering this motherfucker. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when it comes to money, as it is currently standing right now, the money is based on the amount of energy that people want to give to it for what it is that they're using it for. Right? So some people are using money to make more money. And that's what the 1% does, right? Or what they would be considered as the 1% or less than whatever. They use their money to make more money. Some people use money to
Okay,
buy material things
wait a
in order to
second,
gain.
because I
Okay,
gotta go to the
sorry,
other side.
sorry.
We gotta turn. It's a
Okay,
rock
okay,
coming. It's a
okay,
rock coming. Okay,
okay,
all right.
okay.
So if I was 16 and I had the mindset
Mm-hmm.
that if my uncle gave me $10, I could turn that $10 into $20. Where would I be as an
Mm-hmm.
adult versus if my uncle gave me $10 and I bought $10 worth of candy?
It depends on what that little nigga with the candy did with the candy,
No. I ate that shit.
right?
No, I just
Because
ate.
who
No, I
said that?
just ate it. I
Oh,
just ate
you
it.
just ate
I
that
just
shit.
ate that
Oh,
shit.
yeah. Well,
I just ate that
I
shit.
don't think either or. I don't think either or is gonna point to the so-called hustler or non-hustler in either or, because one of them just might have a sweet tooth. You know what I'm saying? The other one, he might have needed it for a survival,
Nah, let's just be
a
general.
survival.
Let's just be general in
Okay.
referencing what you said.
All
The
right.
mindset
So
of 10 to 20 versus let me work, get this money so I can spend it is something that really has to
mhm.
be learned and exercised. That's not a particular
Well, yeah. If
concept
you're
just brought to the surface naturally.
most kids. Most kids, as I understand it, were only taught how to spend money,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you would be the exception to the rule if you were an individual who was trying to monopolize your own money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we always laugh at the person who was always trying to sell stuff in the street, and until we felt the need to go and sell something. But the person who always felt that had that merchant quality in them, that person is always looking at dollar signs and looking at value in places that most people don't see value. So that person that wanted to turn that 10 to 20 is one that sees value in places that most people don't see value. You know, the person who wanted to buy some gum, some candy, you know, they just wanted to live for that moment right then and there.
So now I bring it back to you. What is money? We still here, bro. We on this boat for a second
hmm
because we got to be clear because in understanding cryptocurrency versus okay, if I'm on some shit where it go parabolic and I got the mindset of spending money, then if I make $200 off this trade, and I buy some Balenciagas from the flea market or some used Balenciagas off the Facebook Marketplace, what was the purpose of me doing that trade? You get me? So
Yes, I do.
if you're
Yes, I
not
do.
thinking about how to multiply your money, then leave cryptocurrency alone. First off, so what is money?
That's number one. Money is a
These are
tool.
just lessons that
It's a
we learned. So we not coming at this shit
yeah,
like
like money is a tool,
right.
right? And you can use it either way. You can use it for now. You can use it for later. Like that you could use it to make more money, but it's a tool. It's a tool. Like it's not a actual thing. It's an idea of a thing, but it's a tool.
Okay.
Money is a tool. You use money to get to another thing,
Mhm.
and then to another thing, and then to another thing. But money is nothing more than a tool.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between what's the difference between a personal relationship with money and the overall um, flexing on Instagram energy? Is that money? Does it take money to flex on Instagram, or is that something else?
No,
Come on.
that's a
No, come on.
that's an individual or a entity that wants to
7.
create the idea of
Cross over
making a
that way.
lot of money, but that's not money, because money doesn't show itself off. Like money doesn't need to show itself off. Like that's not money. That's a person that wants to give you the idea that they're making a
This
lot of
is what
money,
I
but
want to
that's not
talk.
real
This is
money.
what I want to talk about, bro. This is exactly what I want to talk about. So, if a person wanted to mentor you, would it cost a lot of money? Can you please get off of that,
No,
bro? Would that be an expensive thing?
no, no,
You want help, bro? See, this ain't the
no,
place for
no.
the wildest.
What? How could it be an expensive thing for me to do the thing that I already claim to be good at doing?
Already.
Like I'm only doing it in reference as far as trying to bring another person along. So how could that be an expensive thing if I'm only talking about doing the thing I'm already good at doing?
We see other people coming.
So no, for a person to mentor me, it shouldn't be a lot. But you would have to be where that person is at all the time. Like, you got to make yourself available.
So, my thing is, if a person had a lot of money, would they require you to give them a lot of money?
No,
Why?
Okay, let's keep moving.
because they already got it.
Okay. Because what is money? Money is a tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's how you use your tool that will you make your effectiveness with money be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is your literacy and education and understanding and how to multiply money will be your overall sustaining of your financial frequency. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Your sustainability is going to be geared on your relatability to how money actually works.
Yes.
How it actually works is gonna determine how you are able to sustain yourself throughout any given time.
Right.
Because the majority of people that are making money are not getting up to leave their house to do it. They're just not.
No. They're living off of passive and residual and quantum.
Yeah, this is something they've never taught you in
Right.
school, and they'll never teach you at any other place. You've never heard passive income before,
Right.
but investment will teach you about passive income
Versus active income and things of that nature. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we tapped into what is money and things like that. So, what would you reference the blockchain to be?
I would say that the blockchain is an ecosystem that keeps records on every transaction for every individual.
Okay.
It is a system that is built off of an algorithm that is also built off of quantum mechanics. So therefore, it is extremely difficult for it to be messed with by a human being.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, an individual
Hold
is
on.
not
Hit the
going to
brakes. Hold
be.
on. It's a big rock.
All right,
It's
I'm
a
sorry,
big rock. It's a big rock.
sorry.
It's a
Okay.
big rock. So you're saying that human beings can't manipulate the streams of the cryptocurrency river?
No. I'm talking about the blockchain.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the blockchain. You asked me about the blockchain.
Okay. No.
I'm answering about the
So
blockchain.
human beings
Yeah.
can't
I'm
fuck up the
saying
blockchain.
like this. Human beings can manipulate the blockchain, but in order for one human being to manipulate the blockchain, they have to open up every other box on the blockchain. Tell me how likely that is.
Okay.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like every record is kept at the time that the process and the transaction goes down. So every time another process transaction goes down, it creates another ledger, another block, another part to the system. So for one person to want to manipulate the system, they not only have to change their block, but they got to change every other block that came before it.
Okay. Because
See what I mean by saying it's difficult for a human to do it? Like, that's very
it
difficult.
operates not on like human time. It operates like on the
No.
now. Like every transaction has like a time, like 30 minutes or so for it to process in reference to like a credit card transaction, which is instantaneous, but not really because it's pending, right? For 3 to 5 days. And then from pending, it clears. So it literally takes a credit card 3 days to process. A cryptocurrency transaction takes 30 minutes. This is what.
And yeah, and that's how the credit card companies and the banks have always gotten paid off of your dollar. So the transaction that we're referencing is like you for me to manipulate that blockchain, I got to change every block within the chain. Now, theoretically, it's possible, but the idea when there are blocks being created every second, that I'm going to be able to go on there and manipulate every block that came before my block. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? And even if I had the capabilities with the computer ware and all of that, the idea is that it was just the ends wouldn't justify the means. So that's not saying it's inhackable. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have more control over your funds than anybody else does in that system than you do under the current system where you use a bank and a credit card and a debit card and all that other stuff. You get more control in the blockchain than you do with your regular bank. That's just facts.
And you have the potential to grow your account exponentially, which the bank does anyways, off your money.
Anyway.
Talk about that real quick.
Yeah. Well, I think the most you get, even right now, even in the worst of times to the best of times, the most you'll probably get from even the best banks, what Federal Express, maybe like you probably get like 6.89 APR, right? Maybe up to 9% APR. Well, they're probably making that yearly percentage off of your money nightly, because more than 90% of the world's banks, including America's banks, they put their money in the forex market, which is the market that creates the coins that we are currently talking about.
Bro, I'm about to get loud. I'm about to scream, bro. Talk about it. Go ahead.
Wow.
I'm just saying,
because
I don't know. I don't even know.
All right.
I just feel like screaming right now, bro. Go ahead. Fuck it.
All right. So the forex market is like.
Go ahead. I digress. Go ahead.
The forex market is the big brother. It's like the mother, rather. It's the big mama to the stock market.
Okay.
Right. So your stock market is generating anywhere from 150 to 250 billion dollars in revenue nightly. Right. Well, the forex market is something close to $8 trillion nightly. Right. So that completely obliterates what you're getting off of the stock
because
market.
It's the whole world.
And
it's everybody's currency.
Yeah,
in the world.
and it's also cute because when the stock market is not running, they put their money in forex too. So what we're talking about is the world's currency as opposed to just the currency of the United States of America, in which obviously we've all figured out by now that their currency is not the best thing smoking if you want to get on the popularity contest. But what we're
They would
talking
not
about is
win
playing with
American
the
Idol, and that's ironic
no,
because they American.
no, they wouldn't even win American Idol.
That's ironic.
So
But go ahead.
the world's money exists in a place where anybody can play with it. You don't need any licenses. You don't need any special requirements. You don't. Only thing you need is your own study and what you're willing to lose and what you're willing to gain and how far you're willing to go with it. But it's a way for you to invest on your own future and do it systematically in a way that's methodical and appropriate to your own family and your own financial situation. We're not asking you to get into something and not knowing what you're doing. I'm not asking you to go out and spend a bunch of your money. But what we are saying is if you just spend a bunch of money on getting loud,
Talk about it.
and getting
Talk.
high
This
and
is the
turning
shit.
it
This
up
is the
and
shit.
doing all of that
No.
stuff, like
Hold
the money,
on.
like
Family
okay,
reunions. Y'all about to
mm-hmm.
spend how much on y'all children's proms?
Yeah. Memorial Day coming up,
Memorial
right? Memorial Day.
Day, cookouts and shit. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we don't
Receptions.
like that.
We'll spend
That's
some
one thing how
money.
people don't really like to have conversations about because I never really have a lot of conversations or hear a lot of
Hey, Dad, we're
conversations
working
where our
on
people
here.
like to talk about
Okay.
the fact that they love to indulge,
Okay.
right? Like our people love to
Okay.
indulge,
Because
yo.
that's
So
one of the
like,
tools of money. Money allow you to indulge.
yeah. But our people have this extravagant idea of indulgence without the money,
There we go.
right? Like you want to turn up and have this lavish weekend and all that, but you can't even afford it. So like half the time you might have spent your mortgage on it. You might have spent, little Ray braces money on it. Like
Lil Ray still need
the
them
idea
braces. Stop it.
he still
He
need them
still need them
braces, my
braces.
nigga. Like he still
Lil
need them
Ray still
braces,
need
my
them
nigga.
braces. Stop playing.
So
He still need them
so
braces.
I mean
Damn. Let's
I
moment of silence
I
for
would
Lil
like
Ray
the
and them
idea.
braces though.
Yeah, moment of
That
silence for
shit hurt.
Lil Ray. That's important.
That
That's
shit hurt.
important. Like I had a John Q flashback on that
Ooh-wee.
one. My
Go
bad.
ahead.
So
Keep going.
but yeah, so what we're talking about is the money that you would normally spend that you wouldn't even see anything from it. Like minus that momentary high that you might get for 20, 30 minutes. Like if you took a couple of those stipends and just put it into some cryptocurrency, bro. Like just like literally I took $20 and
See?
turned it into $1.50 just by not looking at it. So it's not a difficult thing. It's just one of those things. Like you need to see your money in your hand, or you want to play around on the computer and figure out how this investing thing works. And this investing thing has a lot of possibilities in it.
Right.
And the big homie said something about a month ago. He's like, he texted me. He's like, "Yo, dog, I gotta start thinking about this millionaire shit because I never had the idea of thinking about this shit any other time, but now I gotta think about the possibilities of being a millionaire." And I'm like, yes, you need to enjoy that thought because it's your thought. You're supposed to have it. You know what I'm saying? So the idea of going from just being a nigga that like to indulge, but now I got to think about being a millionaire and all of the stuff that come with
You
that.
gotta have a
I'd rather
different
had a
conversation.
millionaire.
You gotta have a different
I'd
conversation.
rather had a millionaire disposition, right? I'd rather have that one
Bro.
than the one that's just like, are we getting high
Get
this
down.
weekend? Like I just
Get down.
really don't care if we getting high this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I mean it's really about choice.
Right.
It's really about what you use this tool for. This tool could be used to get high. This tool could be used to pay your bills. Or this tool could be used to make more tools. And even more tools.
Oh
Even more
wow.
tools.
Oh wow. Damn. More tools to then possibly do all of the ratchet hair rat shit with your friends at a certain point.
Yeah.
John 7. This way.
And we can't even get to the point of talking about Skillshare because you talked about it last time. Like our people still don't think about
It's a barrier.
having skills.
It's a psychic barrier from
You know
this
what I'm
tree to
saying?
this tree. Y'all can't cross it, or y'all lose all of y'all hair. Go ahead.
And y'all don't realize how easy it is for you to learn about architecture and agriculture. Agriculture is your natural born right. Like that's your responsibility. You don't know how to grow your own food. You don't know how to sustain your own life. Like this money shit is a moot point. It's what happens when money doesn't exist no more. If money ever exists forever, right? What happens then? You don't have no Skillshare. You know what I'm saying? You can't grow any fruits. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't create an irrigation system. You know You know, like think about some of those things, and then we can sit around and indulge all we want. But this cryptocurrency thing is something you can sit around and be able to learn how to
all right,
indulge a
but then,
lot.
all right, but right, but think about it though. Think about it's like I was thinking about it. Like, no, I'm not tripping. Motherfuckers don't be asking to schedule no meetings with me and shit. So I ain't worried about it. So I say that to say, imagine how you personally can positively impact the collective based upon your organic and authentic raw truth, right? And then present that to people, right? Right? And then figure out ways to partner up with the people that you presenting these ideas to. But you have to do a lot of inner soul searching work, and it's perpetual, and it changes from day to day.
Yeah,
there is no specific role. Today I might be the leader. Tomorrow I might be the farmhand and be the person that clean up the shit because that was my role today. I don't have a perpetual standing as hierarchical. I'm more of a cosmic understanding of a spiral that goes in and out, up and down. So when you reference financial literacy and financial conversations, the fluidity of your mind and the creativity within your being is how you can easily become rich, because you fight with your nigga and then talk about how you love your nigga the same day.
Same day.
But then you can get a sense of, no, the fights are becoming more and more heavier. I feel like the relationship is ending. Or we don't fight that much. I think we getting closer.
Yeah, you start justifying shit.
No, I'm saying the perpetuation of whether it's going good or bad is based upon the frequencies of highs and lows. This is what we know naturally. And understanding the financial literacy is just understanding your inner. I'm doing this inner work, and I'm understanding the financial markets is what I'm trying to say to y'all.
Because I would also say, just think about the type of attitude you usually have towards your partner when y'all got money and when y'all don't got
Talk
money.
about it. You know, me and my wife, she been treating me, she been smiling at me a lot heavier lately. I mean, I'm not going to say nothing, Mama Mystic. Mama Mystic. Why you been smiling?
Hey, I shouted her out last week. I got to shout her out again this week because that's what's
Mama
up right
Mystic.
there. So she was smiling. She was smiling
She been
lately.
smiling lately. Nigga got his bag together.
Nah, but yeah.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah, let's
talk about it.
Let's really talk about that.
Let's talk about
That's
it.
a conversation starter.
That's a real.
That's an ender. That's everything right there.
That's real shit.
How many of y'all change y'all relationships? How many of y'all change the way y'all treat y'all partner based on kind of money y'all got?
Now,
what's the problem there?
Because if I gave you a cup with a hole in it, right? This is finances and relationship. We got cups, we got holes in the bottom, right? And we attempt to do things within our relationships to make money, and we work and things of that nature, but we pour shit into the cup and it leaks out because we got holes in the bottom of the cup. But how do we heal or seal those cups? It's through relationship financial literacy. Because money is a tool, but I'm gonna tell you what ladies have done in my experiences and relationships. They spent all my fucking money.
No questions asked,
Period.
right? Like no questions asked.
And then when it was gone, they said you a broke ass.
It's
nigga.
your fault. Yeah, it's your fault.
And
she
was right. She was right. But I didn't know, and we didn't know.
But I was right too.
I was trying to fill the cup up. I was pouring shit in the cup, you know. I just didn't understand the mechanics.
Whatever would fit, right? Whatever would fit.
I just didn't know the mechanics of letting shit empty out. You know, I didn't know the modality of healing. I didn't know the modality of literacy.
You didn't know the hourglass. You didn't understand the hourglass idea.
I didn't understand financial literacy. I thought that I was going to be a millionaire and all my problems was going to get wiped away.
just gonna go away. I just wanted money. I was just gonna make it, and that was it.
I was
right?
gonna make a lot of money, and my shit was going to be
Can you go to
eased
the
out.
train since they left?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
So
John.
not
Your
only
brother's leaving you.
not only do we have
Better catch up.
changes in ideas of disposition between mates because of money. How often do y'all hide money from your mate?
Mama Mystic.
How often do y'all hide money from your mate? Don't answer that question. This ain't got nothing to do with her. She is the goddess. Okay, leave her out of this. It doesn't matter. Okay, she rebuilding Atlantis right now. It doesn't matter. Okay, she got her.
Ooh.
But that's a good
You all
question,
right,
though,
bro?
right? Is that not a good question?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Is that not a good question?
I mean, but
I mean,
no,
y'all still hide money
no.
from
But
your
listen,
partner.
let's keep it in the space of money. So let's look at money as a hammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, for instance, you got 2 hammers, and they different sizes. They can do two different
Mm-hmm.
things. Say, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, you get a 10-piece hammer set, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got different size hammers and shit. At a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
you would get all of the hammers you fucking need, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just
You
continuously.
got the whole set in a minute. In a minute, you gonna get the whole set because you tired of going back and forth.
So what black people do in our relationships, we get thousands of hammers. And we don't know how to build. We don't know how to build. We don't know how to grow within our relationships to talk exponential growth and financial literacy. This chick want me to last time I went on a date before my wife,
Mm-hmm.
chick wanted me to sit and watch a movie with her.
Mm-hmm.
But then end up having a whole boyfriend that helped her start a business. Like I was trying to do that too, you know? But you can get into the space where you know you're going to be happy when you working together, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you, let me tell you, a waste of time relationship if you woke or conscious or spiritual. If you go to work, come home, and watch TV, y'all wasting each other time.
Yeah.
Wasting each other
Yep.
energy. Y'all need to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all need to break that
Yeah,
up.
that shit's over with. But a lot of people don't feel like, so the theme for today, ironically enough, has been do the work,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what I'm realizing, not like I didn't want to do the work, because I don't mind doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing that my work is dependent on people doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what spirit little joke. Like you gonna have.
I was spirit joke to you. Sit your ass down,
Yeah.
right? Sit your ass down, nigga.
Like it ain't about what we talk about. It's about what we work through and what we're willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to enjoy shit with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to invite you to a retreat more than I'm trying to get you into a marketplace situation. We can go in this other way, fam. Look, they right here. You want to come in? You want to come in like they came in?
Nasty blanket.
All right, come over here, Azor. Help him. Okay. I'll be on one side. You'll be on the other side.
Daddy, can you come on?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, bro. I'm with you on that. Like, we had plenty of time to have fun. Niggas can have fun anywhere. Like,
right.
And that's another tally that goes to the spiritual man versus the physical man. Like the physical man will never get tired of partying. That nigga is always out.
Trying to have a
That
good ass
nigga
time.
He always that nigga's like Rodney Dangerfield in Back to School. Like that nigga is always living his best life. You know what I'm saying? So but the spiritual nigga don't he ain't beat after a while. He just ain't beat, man. Like he's like, nah, I just transfer, I'm good.
Put that down.
Put it down, man. All right, come on. It's time to go. this somebody's house or something. Clearly, it's too many personal items in this particular area. Y'all must be y'all in
They
somebody's
got
home.
something going on over
Yeah.
here.
This either
They
a
got something
ritual
going on.
or something. You want help? Come on, fam.
Can you go over there? So I go to the mountain.
Huh? No, this way.
Can you go to the mountain?
Huh?
That's so far. A little bit.
No, we're going this way.
What about that part?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Bruh. Go ahead, fam. We ain't about to do this right now. We're not leaving yet. They're going to play. We're not leaving. Come on. We're not going. We're going to play.
He ain't trying to hear that shit. He ain't trying to
All right,
hear
you
it.
ready to go? All right, come on, let's go there. John said, let's go.
Yeah, John is not trying to hear that shit. He's like,
John
nah,
said,
son,
let's
we
go.
done. We done. He said, we done,
John
son.
said, let's go. So, y'all know how it is.
John said, I got enough of nature today. That's it.
No, we about to go get lunch and shit and all of that. This is going to be good for you. So, we've been playing. Come on.
What are we gonna have then?
Whatever you want, fam. Let's talk. Think about it on the way back.
Joking.
I'm dead ass. Like, super serious right now. If I'm joking, you
My
can
daddy
beat
a
me up.
baller now.
Yeah, I got money now, so I can buy you things. It used to be bad for us. It used to be bad for us. I'm not gonna lie, but now
I feel like the Moving On Up song should
Now-
come on right now.
now Wendy's is not that big of a stretch. You feel me? Wendy's used to be a tough out, but now
And I'm gonna ask my baby if she wants some cheese on it. You know what I'm saying?
The cheese, babe.
And you-
Hey, Azor, come on, let's go eat. Whatever you want, fam.
Daddy, can you go to
I'm so done with you. You want some cheese on the side? You can get some cheese on the side on that joint.
Funny.
Yeah, man. Mm.
Nah, but we just kicking it regular, man. This was just I literally just hit up Serpent like 2 seconds before we went on live and just said we just want to talk about cryptocurrency because this is the money that maybe 2 years from now all of the money is going to be circulated in. So what I'm realizing is that niggas just don't care about it. The money is here. The money is moving. Your account can grow exponentially, but you care about dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. And what you have is a whole plethora of misinformation. People love to throw vague terms out there like Ponzi scheme and all of this other stuff. Well, you know, the reality is that you work every day in a 9 to 5 in a Ponzi scheme. You lived in a Ponzi scheme your whole life. You didn't care about that. So, like, you know, your job is the Ponzi scheme. Like, if you don't,
I'm listening, bro.
if you don't make more than $100,000 a year, you're gonna be owing money by the time you retire. So that's a Ponzi scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on,
scheme.
because I was talking to the kids, and the kids was irritating me, and that's hot shit right there. Because the nigga will be afraid of a Ponzi scheme, but it go clock in and clock out. Talk about it. Rewind.
But he clocked in and clocking out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trading your time for money. If you make less
than $100,000 a year, you're gonna be owing money by the time you retire. That's a fact. I got nothing but evidence in this house that I live in. My mother is over 60 years old, and her retirement is less than $2,000 a month. Like, come on, her bills is more than that. Like, does that match up? It doesn't match up.
Don't worry about that.
My grandfather is blind, and he was in the Navy, and his money just is enough to equal out at the end of the year. He worked 60 years of his life. So what we have to understand is that the numbers game is not the game you think it is, because they promise you shit. They promise you a glossy can down the road. They kick these cans down the road and promise you a glossy can down the road, and you get hyped off of that. Nah, cryptocurrency, you can create your own glossy can and kick that shit down the road wherever you want to. Like, but it's your money. So, real talk, it's your money.
It's a brother fight right now. One wants
7 in the door. That's Seven and Azor.
John and Azor. They fighting. John ready to go.
Oh,
Azor want to stay.
John ready to go.
Yeah. And now
Azor
they
wanna
jumping
stay.
it. Hey! Y'all
Yeah.
can't jump them because I have to jump in. Y'all don't want me to jump in.
Nah. How the hell they thinking about jumping him? Like, I don't understand what happened. Like,
It was quick. It was a
yo,
coordinated attack.
they really out for self on this
I ain't
one,
see it
son. They like,
coming.
nah,
Let's
son.
go.
We got
We
mad
about to go
stuff
now.
at home, son. We want to go
But no,
home,
if y'all want
son.
to keep playing, y'all can play at the other part. He can just go in the car. But it can satisfy
got
both
mad
of
stuff
us.
at home.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take a shortcut, okay?
No, we can go the regular way. I don't know about your shortcuts. You taking weird cuts, not shortcuts.
Yes, I
Keep
do.
going this way.
This is the shortcut. I believe.
Nah, but okay. These kids, bro, and they diplomatic demands and things, it don't work.
Can I go see?
No, because I would take my eyes off. This way. There's water in the car. You want to go in the woods?
No,
Come on.
John.
Oh my goodness gracious. We about to go in the damn woods.
He said, I'm in charge. He said, I'm in charge. Y'all not acting like I'm in charge. Y'all not acting like I'm in charge.
No, Zora, come on, fam. It's just the fucking woods. 7 wanted to
He
go
is
through
not
the
beat
woods
by
too.
y'all right
That's
now.
2 versus 1,
He
fam.
not.
2 versus
Yeah,
1.
he not beat by y'all.
They won.
He not beat.
Y'all won. I mean, that's diplomatic. You got kids, man.
Is it really diplomatic though? Does it really sound like it sound like real like
Bro,
dictatorish? Like
which way we was
John
going.
is the dictator.
Kinda, but
John
no.
is the dictator.
Kinda, but he teamed up with because 7. He like the trickster. He the balancer. He the middle child. So sometimes he want to join sides with Azur when it's in his favor, but then sometimes he want to join sides with John. Like, so
Is 7 Gemini?
Sidereal Gemini, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He always got the slick talk. That's why I know it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him in a Riddler costume.
Nah, but we can't leave this Ponzi scheme situation out, bro. Cause that was some ill shit that you just said, real quick, and the kid gods was trying to interrupt on referencing what we was talking about.
Like I said, 30,000, 40,000, even 50,000 up to $60,000 a year. If you work that for 40 to 50 years and then you retire, that's no money to retire with. That's no money to retire with. That's not a retirement.
Okay, how much money do you need to retire?
If your expenses are at 10,
Azor.
say your expenses are
Can't
15 to 2,000 to
on.
$3,000 a month, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You need to at least double that if you're an older
Go ahead,
person.
go this way.
You need to at least double that. There's nobody getting $6,000 to $7,000 a month for retirement. There's nobody getting that.
Okay. So I'm making $50,000 a year, and I ain't saving shit because I live check to check. Is there a solution for me in this cryptocurrency market? Can you explain dollar cost average? Because what we talking about is $100,000 to $200,000 to which cryptocurrency is projected to raise to, and it's at $60,000 now. So you can fuck with it if you want to, or you can invest in it now. But go ahead, dollar cost average, and then Google it too. Get your information. You can't run out here, fam. There's all types of booby traps and mines and stuff. Stand up.
Well, the dollar cost average is simply the average that's based on the dollar amount per coin, right? So Bitcoin's dollar average would be what, somewhere in like $52,000 range?
Yeah.
So like you can get a dollar cost average report on every coin that's in cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
And that dollar average report is going to give you a lay of the next 30 days or the previous 30 days that you looked this report up. You can play that report versus any other previous reports to that. And that coin will stay within that report. They always stay within these reports because it's dollar cost average of what's already happened,
Uh-huh.
not what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So this is all based on what has already occurred. This is not based on what they assume is going to happen.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. And for a coin to go from like 60,000 to 0, tell me the logic in that. 60,000 because a motherfucker be like, well, I don't want to lose my money fucking with this cryptocurrency.
Well, has Nike ever reached 0?
I don't know. Has it?
Has Walt Disney ever reached 0?
I don't know.
Like, no, I'm saying it's a rhetorical question. No, they haven't.
Okay.
No, they haven't.
Okay.
Like the odds of that happening means everybody that works for them loses their job.
Uh-huh.
Everybody that has stocks with them just loses all of their money.
Uh-huh. For nothing.
Like,
and
the odds of that
at the store
for nothing.
buying Nikes.
Yeah, and they still at the store just shopping.
So,
like, nah.
So the reason why cryptocurrency is rising is because it takes 30 minutes for it to process. The AD is you stuck in the forest, big dog? Is you stuck? Daddy, I save you. Is one of my archetypes I'm reliving. Don't mind me. No, I'm good. Okay. All right. So we take 30 minutes for a cryptocurrency process to process, give or take. Might take 45, might take an hour, might take 3 hours. But at the very
or if you're one of those top dollar people, you can make that shit happen in a matter of seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. However, when
your transaction speed is based on the fee you're willing to pay.
Right. But no matter how much you pay, if you any regular purchase with a credit card, debit card, outside of cash, takes
baseline is 30 minutes. Takes
72 hours to process.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this matters when you're talking about fraud.
Absolutely.
If it takes 72 hours for a process charge, that means that I can walk into a bank walk into a store, take your identity that I stole off the black market, buy something with your name, your account, you're not there, right? And you look at your credit card statement like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah, and I got 3 days to do it.
This is why it happens, right? Now, good for you that your bank gives you the money, but what if your bank didn't give you the money? Or what if your bank decided that, no, we think you did buy them Balenciagas off the Facebook Marketplace. And you say, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
They say, no, we see you with the Face ID.
I've been on both sides with my bank. Yeah, I've been on both sides with my bank where they didn't charge me ahead of time, but then they came back and retroactively charged me for something.
Yeah. So the reason why crypto just means encrypted, meaning that it's secure, it's protected. And this is what you want your money to be if you have common sense. It would be the same thing as saying crypto housing and referencing safe housing. You wouldn't want a house where somebody had 3 days to move into your crib, take all of your shit out, and you couldn't respond. And then you would just be at the mercy of your bank or your real estate agent to say, please, can you give me my furniture back? We have all experienced identity theft. Driving at a gas station, putting our thing in, they taking our card information, right? And then we getting weird charges on our credit account. I know that you probably getting identity fraud, money getting took out of your account. And so many transactions that you do online, you don't even realize it. What about that? So they take like
most
$5.
People are not looking at their bottom line.
They take $4.25 out of your shit every so often. You don't even pay no attention to it. So with cryptocurrency or encrypted currency, if I have $1 million, this is millionaire talk. Honestly, we're not millionaires, but this is how a millionaire would think. If I have $1 million,
we are in spirit.
Not even that. Don't even. It ain't even no dollar amount that get to us in that realm. So
it don't
So
count.
so just imagine, right? If I had $1 million and every time motherfuckers is getting me for my company, like I'm always getting got by frauders, right? And it's getting taxing because my insurance is feeling a certain type of way. The banks think, I gotta go through the rigmarole, and I'm just fucking tired of it. So I get $1 million encrypted. You know what tends to happen now? Those frauders cannot access my money no longer, because my money is not my money. My money is the bank's money. I'm gonna repeat that. My money is not my money. My money is the bank money. So if I got $1 million in a bank account, I don't got shit. I'm gonna repeat that. If I got $1 million in a bank account, I don't got shit. Because if a motherfucker hack into the bank, which they do every day, take money out, I gotta rely on the insurance company to replace my funds up to 100,000. Meaning that 900,000 that them hackers took, that's just my L.
That's just gone. And that would be the answer to that question that you had earlier. You said, what are the odds of this Bitcoin going to zero, right? Well, I would say you would have more likely of a chance than not that your bank would go to zero before Bitcoin will.
Talk to him.
Yeah, your bank would go bankrupt before Bitcoin will. Because your banks are at the point now where they are becoming obsolete. See, this is the reason why banks are now actually buying cryptocurrency and storing people's funds in under crypto and digitally offline on ledgers, because they realize that their idea of cornering the market and getting paid for every transaction every which way, and getting paid to store and house people's money, and getting paid just to start particular accounts, those days are over for them. Because with cryptocurrency, you can put all of your funds at your disposal in your phone or on a flash drive or on a desktop, and you wouldn't need a bank. You wouldn't need a bank to make any of your transactions. You wouldn't need a bank that's going to close the lights off and shut everything off at 3 a.m. because they're putting your money in the Forex market. You wouldn't need a bank that is going to charge you twice on a transaction that they made once. So the idea is that banks now are becoming more and more obsolete because people have taken the power that banks hold, and they've completely co-opted that power, and now they own that power themselves with cryptocurrency. That's what cryptocurrency does. It gives you the banking power.
If you got $1 million, if you got $20 invested into it, it probably don't make no sense to you. But imagine that millionaires and multimillionaires and I'm sure billionaires have invested into the cryptocurrency market to make it a relevant force for all of us to empower ourselves and have our money grow. But the reason to which we're not having this conversation is because we're so more interested in bullshit. I just want to reference that part.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. But look, in reference to just the bullshit, all of your favorite stars weirdly have just oddly come out and back cryptocurrency this year. I wonder why. All of your favorite stars have come out and said something about cryptocurrency this year. I just wonder why that is. Nipsey Hussle was on cryptocurrency 5 years ago, but nobody said nothing then. But now people want to get into cryptocurrency. I wonder why.
I mean, this information has always been available for multiple years, but I've been fighting through multiple, it's like...
We've been in it for like 2.5 years now, right? For like 2.5 years now?
It's like the scorpionic energy where it submerges you in darkness. It's like, so I've been 16, man. I've been after, love and spirituality and all of this weird shit, and I never paid attention to my financial education because I really felt as though spirituality was going to sustain me, and maybe not. But as I go into this phase, this other aspect of scorpionic energy, it is saying to me, do the work, do the work, do the work, in reference to me specifically in the scorpionic frequency of financial investments. And if you listen to my astrology, I tell people all the time, I call Scorpio energy the bank, right? So as we tap in and tune in to what is the actual work that we all need to collectively tune in and tap into, where we have regular conversations where you can have your different opinions, you can have your different investments and things of that nature, but we still gonna have the normal cloth talk in relations to financial literacy. It's necessary. And answer questions to the best of
Absolutely.
our ability, because a nigga will sit and talk to you about Megan Thee Stallion's latest CD. Fact or not.
Yeah.
Niggas will talk to you about the latest movie that done dropped out about niggas being slaves. Right? But when we get into the
Yeah,
referencing of
the sexier talk. The
yeah.
sexier talk.
So when we get into the references of how we can become millionaires, and I'm not saying that cryptocurrency, like I don't think that cryptocurrency is my only avenue to $1 million, because as the brother referenced earlier, I just put out literature and I'm working on another literature work right now as we speak. Right? We working on some more shit. So and maybe a publisher will look at my work and be like, all right, here go $1 million contract. We just want 5 more books. Maybe that's my avenue. Maybe cryptocurrency is my avenue. But I'm perpetually growing in these avenues to which we can have conversations about them if y'all want to know. Because it ain't my information. You know what I'm saying? It's our information. And I want a think tank. I want to talk about shit and I want to listen, right? To shit that niggas got to say in reference to perpetual growth and how you've been doing the work in your own personal life. Because me doing the work is not for me. Me doing the work is for us, right? You doing the work is not for you. You doing the work is for us. It's not about what Kyrie is talking about. It's not about what Serpent is talking about. It's what we talking about collectively and how we perpetually growing through real shit, through having real conversations. Not all of this hocus pocus spiritual shit, right?
Yeah, we have these same conversations offline because we are both fathers. You know, we both trying to provide. We're both trying to do these things. Like, so, I think it's key what he's saying, you know, like a think tank where brothers can sit down, brothers and sisters can sit down and we build something. Talk about building something. Because right now everybody is just standing still doing the same old, same old. So let's get to some forward talk. Let's get to some expansion talk. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's available, you know. And as I kind of was having this conversation, I just seen like a lot of spiritual beings in front of me and around me, like when we first started talking, and then like perpetually throughout the conversation. And it's like they were moving us into this direction. There's a lot of prosperity and abundance in this direction, but it's a different type. It's a real energy where people are perpetually pouring in positivity, and it's there for you to soak up, right? It ain't no spamming. It ain't no motherfuckers trying to get in, trying to fuck on people and shit like that. No, you got to have something to offer, right? And you got to be there to receive. You know, it's more or less about doing the work and understanding shadow work. We can go home.
No, I don't want to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we need everybody to have their receptors up. You know what I'm saying? Put those receptors up. You know? Like, just to be able to receive the message is going to do a lot. So, we just need people to be able to receive, you know? Real talk, but this shit is all necessary. Like you said, it's another conversation that needs to be had. People don't want to have these conversations. And trust and believe, like the homie said, like shadow work is coming. So it's going to be a lot of conversations I ain't going to want to have. There's going to be a lot of conversations you're not going to want to have. But we're going to have it. We're going to have it. We're not about that gloss talk over here. About that glossy shit. Let's start from the root and let's work this thing up. That shadow work gonna be for real. Y'all can't have real conversations now. Y'all really not gonna like me. I'm trying to be nice. It's shadow time, you know what I'm saying? Shadow time.
Oh, stop. shadow time. It's
Word up.
about to
It's
get
shadow
crazy.
time.
No, but it's definitely everything been setting up, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
part of it is getting your bag together. Part of it is getting your relationships in order. Part of it is being your best self. Part of it is stop making excuses. Part of it is standing the fuck up
Mm-hmm.
on your square because that's what shadow work
Yep.
entails. No longer can you
Mm-hmm.
sit back in the scenes and know you need to work out and not work out, right?
Yep.
No longer can you
No
sit
more
back.
victim talk.
No, you can't say I'm broke and not understand financial literacy. You can't
Mm-hmm.
say I'm a goddess, but you ain't did no healing work.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say you a sex goddess, but you ain't giving no pussy away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or giving no D away.
Or
All of
you
these
giving
people.
too much pussy away and too much D away.
You ain't doing no healing. You just in your lower self. Like you can't be in your
Yeah.
lower self, and then right, people view you as spiritual, but you just kind of just keep that facade open, and you knowing that you ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody calling you
You
Hotep
just
Queen Mother, right? And you ain't
yeah.
got the balls to say, you know what? I've been in my lower self fucking up. I've been smoking crack, running the streets, doing all types of crazy shit. Oh, Queen Mother
Smoking
Goddess,
crack.
I couldn't believe you would ever be running the streets like a $2 hoe. Yes, the Queen Mother Goddess was on her goddamn Maya Angelou shit. Maya Angelou did something strange for a piece of change before she wrote off. Where you think she got all those beautiful words? It's two sides to a coin, is what I'm trying to say, and y'all like to play
Oh
one
my
side of the coin.
God,
Y'all like to play one side of the coin when it's two sides. To
no.
which I know it's another side. I don't give a fuck what you showing me. I don't give a fuck what you showing me. If you ain't told me nothing down and dirty, you a fake ass motherfucker. I fuck with
Word,
Serpent. I fuck with Serpent because
yeah,
he give you both sides, right? The rest of
yeah.
y'all motherfuckers.
Can I have some water now?
Y'all ready to go? We can get all of that when y'all ready to go. I don't understand. We can. I'm cool. We can stay. Y'all can keep playing, or we can bounce out. It ain't a big deal. Okay. Okay.
I think we got a pretty good
All right.
pretty good reception from this. I think we can put some
Yep,
more
let's
out to
go.
the people.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, bro, and see what type of response it
Mm-hmm.
get. And the first, I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
like a little intro to make sure like people, like it's 13 people. Would y'all like more content like
Mm-hmm.
this? Me and the Serpent just talking about the
Mm-hmm.
financial literacy and crypto updates and talking this cloth talk in reference to getting the bag together, or do y'all want us to
Mm-hmm.
just keep a spiritual miracle on y'all ass?
Mm-hmm.
Because we
Mm-hmm.
can do both. We
Mm-hmm.
multi-versatile and all of that, but we feel like
Yeah.
ain't nobody
Yeah.
talking about this shit for real in a space where they ain't trying to
For real.
skim
For real.
scam you. I don't want $1 from this video. And none
At
of this
all.
was financial advice. None of this was
It
investment
wasn't.
advice. It was just two bros talking like we normally talk. This is our authentic, real conversation that we would have if none of y'all niggas was online.
Yeah, I think you just got people having a conversation and try to soften the landing for y'all a little bit. You know, like just to demystify some of the stuff that's around this stuff because people hear certain words and they connect them to other words. You know, cryptocurrency and scheme seems to go together for people. So, yeah, this is certainly not a money grab because ain't like we posted any of our cash apps at all. Like this is just two brothers kicking it, and we want y'all to know that the conversation is available to you. available to be had out there. Like it is available.
Your
We have
ignorance brings
information on
about
it, but
predators.
y'all like the
Our ignorance
yeah,
brings
yeah.
about predators and predatory people. And generally, if you pay me a lot of money, that still wouldn't equate to you learning nothing of what I know, right? The only thing you can do is learn this shit for yourself. And the amount that I want for that is, pay me free 99. And you can learn
Mm-hmm.
as much as you need to learn if you give me no money. Don't that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Make a
it
lot of
don't make no
sense.
sense. The reason it
Make a
make a
lot of
lot of sense
sense.
is like a person taking a bath for you. How much money do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
cost
yeah,
for a person to take a bath for
yeah.
you? No strings attached.
How did it
I
how did it
think
feel when I washed how did it feel when I washed your finger last night? The fuck?
makes no sense. You got to do the work. You got to grasp the understanding. You got to understand your lower self and how you spend money and what you do with your
Mm-hmm.
finances. And in our relationship, for our relationship to thrive, we have to be mindful about our finances, our
Absolutely.
ancestors, and I know my great grandmother rather, was excellent with finances, right? It
Mm-hmm.
didn't pass on to like generations after. I know for a fact they had their shit together. So I feel like we need to
Mm-hmm.
reclaim that this generation. We gotta bring back me and my wife is gonna be Big Mama and Big Daddy one day, right? And we gotta have our shit
Mm-hmm.
together. We gotta have a Cadillac. We gotta have an extra room for when our kids and our grandkids fuck up, they can just come in and just live with us. But that requires a sacrifice for us. We gotta have our shit together.
Yeah.
We can't be out here fucking up
Mm-hmm.
and then say, "Oh, we care about our kids." Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the words don't translate to your actions, and all we trying to do is trying to get those things to line up. So